This is shows the current lane positions, and these the lane numbers and lane colors correspond to what's on the track, what we're busy with putting up there. There were some reasons for doing things the way that we did it. Roger had some very good reasons for it. We've just forgotten what they were, but it seemed like a good idea at the time. And now for a view from each one of the driver stations. This is now from lane 3, which is the leftmost one of the lanes, and as you're looking at it, it's the third one from the left, so it's the second one from the inside, third one from the outside. Really no issues in terms of sight lines. Pretty straightforward. For the racing, we'd pick Roger up and move him out of the way. This is now the perspective from lane 1, sorry, which is the outside lane as we're looking at it from here. Once again, relatively straightforward. Okay, here we have the view from lane 2.
Here's all the markers, Roger. That's why these are here.
Again, really no concerns.
Shoulder is pretty bad, right?
And now we have lane 4. This is the one lane where there were some concerns about the section after the overpass. This is the reason why lane 4 had to be here, because that's the best visibility onto that corner. So we have clear visibility on that section on lane 4, but if this driver station was any other lane, it would have been an issue. And otherwise it's relatively straightforward. In terms of pitting, the intention is to have the pit section over here, and then when they need to grab their cars, one person would grab it over here and head out that door.
I was just going to say.
Now this is the view from picking up the car over here, going out the door. Now things here are a bit messy at the moment, but the intention is that when we have the race, all of this would be pretty much would be removed. There would be no cars here in the close area. We'll have some parking over there, but the intention is that this whole area would be available for us. Here we have Dan demonstrating how to move a Mercedes. And over the bank it's relatively easy to get to the second last, and it's doable for a person of normal stature to get to the inside if push comes to shove. So it's and obviously the one closest to him is pretty easy. Well done, Dan. Let's hear it for Dan. As for the this section, obviously this corner is dead simple. Yeah, and even on the exit as you go around, it should be still relatively straightforward. And then as we move to this section closer, this corner is obviously dead simple, and you could even get stuff out of the exit of that sharp corner closest to us, and the cars will be running in the opposite direction likely to what Dan is showing here. So the D-slots would take place sort of, yeah, there we go, Dan, in this area where the car is now. So even most of those can likely be gotten hold of by hand. This section is dead simple, as I said. Now, let me not walk into things. Too late, I've already done that. So here we have, this corner is obviously simple. That is where we'll have to use grabbers. Unequivocally. Anything beyond that point would have to be grabbed. The chances are the D-slots, if we're going the direction that I mentioned earlier, the D-slots here would take place then over this section over here. So most of those would be able to be hand-marshaled. It's really on the exit to this corner, in that corner, and the exit to that, the following corner, is the one area where for certain we'll need grippers. Then this corner, that corner, no problems at all. We can have somebody standing that can grab both. So it really is only one part of one corner that we potentially have a problem. Okay, here we have the small sitting room that I mentioned. And what we can do is we can really clean this out a little bit and get more space and get some soft chairs and remove the desk and things like that. Or we can use that for the tech area. That's another possibility. The other thing that I thought, if I can back up, this area over here could also be, let me just get the exposure a little bit better. This area could also serve as the tech area, and we can take a look. Even the area that I just showed over here can be the Parc Fermé. And this is sort of the small reception area. The track is through here. I preferably wouldn't like to fall down the stairs.
I can't believe I had that whole sequence wrong. Racing. Nobody noticed either. Put my new tires on.
Softer the better. I'm gonna make a bunch of noise, Alwyn. Are you gonna wait for you?
Yeah, if you could give me a few seconds.